Hey, Lise Carey here, your favorite online business coach who is here to help you create an online business that's easy, fun, and profitable. No BS, no fluff, just actionable strategies you can implement inside every single video. Which is why I'm a little excited to chat to you today because one of the things that I talk about with my members inside the Digital Income Accelerator is repurposing and retargeting. And what I want to chat to you today is about how you can make more sales by appearing omnipresent to your audience. So what is omnipresent is probably the thing that you're asking right now is what is she talking about? So this is where it feels like you are everywhere, but really you're not. All you're doing is showing up in the platforms in an automated way where your audience is hanging out. So they get to see your content in the platforms that they're hanging out on. Now, this is entirely up to you. You definitely want to filter this through what feels easy and fun for you in terms of what you do. And full caveat, full transparency, what I'm going to show you does require a little bit of an ad budget. However, the ad budget that we're talking about here is like $1 or $2 a day. So not a lot when you think about it. So at a minimum, I'm almost going to guarantee, almost, not 100%, but almost guarantee that your audience is on Facebook and Instagram, right? Can we agree that a large portion of your audience is probably there? Even if they're not necessarily looking for business stuff there, they're probably there to hang out with their friends, see what their family is up to, all of those things. So we can get in front of them when they are familiar with us. And that's really what retargeting is all about, is putting yourself in front of an audience who already has some awareness of you. But how do you do that? Well, I am sure that you've heard of this before, but sometimes we just forget the things that we have access to. So I am going to make myself way smaller, and we are going to jump into the audience area inside our ads manager, and we're going to create audiences. So these are the audiences that we are going to run any type of retargeting ads to. So at a minimum, you want to upload your email list. Now, in order to do that, you need to ensure that you are uploading a CSV file. And to make life a lot easier for yourself, all you need to worry about is including first name and email address. That's it. You don't need any other identifiers, just upload that. Now, that is not going to 100% guarantee that you're going to get in front of all those people on your email list, but a good chunk of people still allow those privacy settings on the platform for them to match email addresses up. Another thing to be mindful of, you need to have a minimum of 1,000 people on your email list in order to upload them to here. In order for that audience to generate, you need to have at least 1,000 people. So as long as you've got that, go ahead and do that. Then you want to create audiences based on traffic to your website. Now, if you don't have your pixel installed, that is something that you would need to do, but it's so worth doing because now you can target anyone that has interacted with any part of your website. Hello, blog. If you've got a blog content, then you definitely want to do this. So if you don't know how to install the pixel, honestly, I'm just going to link to the Facebook pixel information because it is relatively easy. It does depend on your website platform as to how easy the integration goes. So we want to create our email. We want to create audience that has our website visitors for the last 365 days or 180. It depends. Sometimes Facebook will allow you to both. And then any engagement with your Facebook page and Instagram profile. So those are kind of the minimum. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like to create a custom audience because that is what we're doing here. So you can see here we have all these different options. Where do you want to pull this data from? So if you were doing email, it would be your customer list. And if you were doing website, then you would choose website. Everything else you can pretty much do using Meta, which means that you don't need a pixel installed. So if you have a business Instagram account, then you can do it based on that. If you have your Facebook page set up, you can do it based on that. If you are running lead generation ads, you can do it based on engagement with the lead form, which I'm a huge fan of. And if you've done any video on Facebook or Instagram, you can also do that based on how many people have watched. But I'm going to show you what it looks like to do your website. And as I said, it does require you to have your pixel installed. So as you can see here, it's saying, hey, which pixel do you want to use? And I'm going to use my main one. And then all you would do is all website visitors and what's the retention. And if you click on this, it tells you what the maximum is. And that's exactly what we would want to do, 180. And you can include or exclude, but for the purposes of retargeting, we would want everybody. And then you would say, this is all website visitors to H and G or your website. You don't need to put a description, and then you would just click create audience. Now, I don't need to do that because I've already got that audience created, but I will show you what it looks like to create one based on a lead form. So we're going to do that. And then it says here, anyone who has taken this action, so I'm going to choose Hustle and Groove, lead form. Now you can select all, which is what I'm going to do here. And it will say how long you can do this. And I've got 90 days. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say all lead form engagements, 90 days. Now it will tell me that, but I just wanted you to see that. So this is every single one. If I was thinking about retargeting people who had just looked at a specific form with a specific offer, then I would just choose that form, but I'm going to go with all of them and I'm just going to click create audience. And this is kind of like creating the custom audience for your website, right? All engagements. Now I've done all lead engagements. I'm just going to close this. Now you can see here it's populating. So you do need to wait for it to say ready to be able to move forward with an actual retargeting ad. And a retargeting ad is going to basically be based on whatever it is that you're wanting to retarget. So if you just want to be omnipresent, then you would retarget anyone that's interacted with your email list, who's on it, your website, and if you were running lead gen ads, those forms, then you would want to share your long form content, what I call discoverable content. So blog post, podcast episode, YouTube channel. And so in that instance, you would be creating an engagement ad. So real quick, let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to go to campaigns. And I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to show you the actual ad itself. I just want to show you, what you're doing here. So there's all these different options, but you would want to do engagement. And you can see here, it gives you all these different options as to what that actually is standing for. And I'm always going to do manual setup. It's much easier to have the control over that. And then what I would do is call this retargeting campaign discoverable content. It's not a special ad category, so I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to worry about anything else here. I'm just going to click next, and it's where you get to your ad set that you want to choose those audiences. So I'm going to say retargeting, retarget. I don't know. I feel like that's not quite right. Yeah. Retarget. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. I would call this warm audience stack. And this is what that is going to be. So I know that it's my warm audience stack. And then it's saying what conversion do you want to have? Choose where you want to drive engagement on your ad, engagement type. This would be where you would do post engagement if it was a post, or you would do video views if it was a video. You can see here you can do other things as well. But if I was wanting to send people to an actual blog post, then that's where I might do that. But you also have these other options. And so I would also choose website if I'm wanting to direct people to my actual website, which is what I would be wanting to do here. And then I need to choose my pixel. And then I'm not going to worry about cost per result goal. I'm just going to leave that as is. And I'm just going to run these at $2 a day. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to worry about budget scheduling. Now, where it says audience, I'm going to click on edit. I'm just going to remove this and then I'm going to click on show more options, and they've changed how this looks a little bit. So I'm going to switch to original because otherwise it's way too confusing. And what I'm doing here is you can see here I've got create new audience and then custom audience. And then you would choose custom audience again. And then you're going to go through and just click on everything that you want to include. And sometimes you have to type in website. So I'm going to go all website visitors. I'm also going to type in, I think I actually have the lead form submission, so I'm going to choose that one as well. I'm also going to talk about Instagram, which I can actually do for 365 days. And then I'm going to do Facebook as well, which is Facebook engage in the last 365 days. So now I've got an audience and it's telling me what my reach is going to be, which is perfect. I do not want to reach people beyond that audience. I don't need to worry about locations because I'm actually targeting people already in a custom audience. So I'm just going to let that go as is. And I'm not going to worry about placements either. And then the next step would be to create my ad. And that's when I would go through, and if I'm sending you to a blog post, I would need to make sure that I had a really good image. And then just a blog post, the text, I would say, hey, lovely, I saw you were checking this out. I wanted to share this with you because I think it might help you. And then you would have the learn more thing from here. So that is basically it. When it comes to being omnipresent and getting in front of your audience, this is the type of retargeting and ad spend that you can do to just get more eyes, to stay top of mind without sending 50 million emails if that's kind of not your jam. So I hope you enjoyed this. I also wanted to let you know that if you want more feedback, if you want more eyes on your offers, if you want to join a community of peers doing the same thing that you're doing, plus weekly one-on-one coaching, I'd love to invite you to check out the Digital Income Accelerator. More details about that are below, but I hope that you have an amazing day and I will chat with you soon. Take care.